always start with the end in mind. Today, we are going to look at setting SMART goals. When we have goals, we are starting with the end in mind. Goals are like the GPS to our lives, where we are going. We are on track when we have goals. It helps us to say no to distractions. It helps us to be on point. So when we have goals, we know that this is what we want to achieve. And when other things come our way, we can say no to those things and keep focused. There is so much power in being focused. So today, I am going to teach you about setting SMART goals. And I want you to be so involved in this class because I'll need your help to get this lesson going. I am going to play a 4-minute video for you to watch on setting SMART goals. Thank you.
Regardless if it is professional or personal, we all struggle sometimes to achieve our goals. Many times our struggle is not because of a lack of effort, but rather how our goals have been structured. Anytime you set a goal, or if you find yourself struggling while working towards a goal, keep in mind the word SMART. SMART is an acronym that can be used to help evaluate and add structure to your goals. SMART stands for specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, and time-bound. SMART begins with asking yourself the degree to which a goal is specific. This is arguably the most important part of establishing or evaluating a goal. The less specific a goal, the more difficult it is to determine how long the goal should take to complete or how to measure success. Consider the difference between a goal to get healthy versus the goal to lose weight versus the goal to lose 10 pounds. The goal to get healthy is much less specific than a goal to lose 10 pounds. The next question to ask, how is the goal measured? What determines success? Some goals may be best measured by a simple yes or no, such as the goal of climbing to the top of a mountain, while other goals are better measured by using metrics such as the goal to lose 10 pounds. The key to measurement is making sure that in whatever way the goal is measured, it accurately reflects success. For instance, if you do not have access to a scale, then measuring weight loss will be difficult and less accurate. An alternative measure may be to track how many inches you have lost around the waist. But to what extent does this accurately reflect the goal? Without access to a reliable way of measuring weight, we may want to consider buying a scale or restructuring our goal. Actionable is not asking yes or no, but how will the goal be achieved? What is our action plan? Do we have the resources and capabilities required to achieve success? If not, what are we lacking? Well-designed goals provide clarity of action. If the actions required to achieve a goal are unclear, or there are a large number of actions that need to be taken, we should consider breaking down the main goal into manageable, actionable sub-goals. In isolation, any single goal is relevant, but in life we most often are in the process of pursuing multiple goals. A common issue we face is having too many goals at the same time or pursuing the wrong goals. With this in mind, we need a mechanism to help us monitor our goals to make sure we are pursuing our most relevant goals at any given moment in time. One technique is to place goals in a matrix that looks at effort required versus perceived value of achieving the goal. Not always, but most of the time we will want to focus our energy on low-effort, high-value goals. Another technique is to use the Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20 rule. Ask, which are the 20% of goals that will provide me with 80% of my return? The last thing we want to make sure is that goals are time-bound. By including a specific date by which a goal should be accomplished, it helps provide incentive and allows us to monitor progress. Consider the difference between the goal to lose 10 pounds and the goal to lose 10 pounds in 10 weeks. Simply by including an element of time, we can now calculate how much we should be losing each week, and if after 5 weeks we have only lost 1 pound, we can revisit our action plan. Be wary of any goal that is open-ended, such as the common goal to learn a foreign language. Last, it is important to reinforce that goal setting is not an event. It is an ongoing process of action, evaluation, and revision. It is not about lowering goals or standards to ensure success. It is about recognizing goals are dynamic, because life is dynamic. We do not live in a static world. Life happens. A goal that is relevant today may be irrelevant tomorrow. When using SMART, stay flexible and motivated by setting aside time to reevaluate your goals on a regular basis.
I hope you liked the video on setting SMART goals. So right now we're back to class and I want you to really know that when we have the goal set up, we are starting with the end in mind. As the video had already explained, and I'll just add to it, we said S stands for specific. Specific, it means the goal that you are setting has to be defined. I want to find connection in my relationship. You have a definite goal. You know exactly what you want. So when you have a definite goal, you are focused. Your focus is protected from distraction. Any other thing that comes within your way, within the time that you have specific goals, you can put those things on hold so that you'll be able to achieve your specific goal. The next thing we want to look at is how measurable is your goal. For example, you don't say, I want to lose weight. I want to lose 10 pounds. So now your goal is measurable. If every day you get on the scale and you lose a pound, you know that the goal of losing weight is measurable. So the goal that you set has to be measurable. The next thing we have to look at is attainable or actionable. Is this goal attainable? If you say, I want to have $1 million in my account in a month, that you are not working, you are just sitting at home, that goal is not attainable. It's just a wish. And we are not dealing with wishes right now. We are setting goals and we are very direct. We are very focused to achieving the goals that we want to achieve. So set a goal that is attainable. A goal that will help you to take actions to achieve that goal. For example, if you say you want to find connection in your relationships within 30 days, it means those 30 days either you have to make phone calls, you have to have time together to play, you want to have time together to either read a book, you want to have time together to do activities, then you are taking action towards achieving the goal that you have set. If you want to save $1,000 in your account within 30 days, then you have to break them down. In every day, I want to put this amount of money in my account. So you are taking action towards the goal within the 30 days. So the goal that you should set should be something that is attainable. The next thing we want to look at is this goal relevant? There are so many things that we wish we can do. But the question we have to ask ourselves is that, is this thing we want to do relevant to the bigger picture of our lives? If it is not relevant, then you don't have to do it. If you are a student, reading your books is relevant to your success. So you keep your focus on your studies. So that is setting a relevant goal. By doing something out of your strength or doing something out of your jurisdiction is not going to help you to achieve your goals. So everything that you do, every little action has to be working towards the bigger picture. We said in an introduction that always start with the end in mind. So every step that we take, is this goal or action that I'm taking relevant to the bigger picture of my life? Those who want to lose weight, every day that you set up to run, you are doing actions that are relevant to your goal of losing weight. If you are eating healthy, you are doing something relevant to the bigger picture, which is losing weight. So when you are setting SMART goals, you have to look at the fact that everything you do should be relevant to the bigger picture. The next thing we are looking at is setting SMART goals. It has to be time bound. We know the most precious thing is time. I want to find connection in my relationship within 30 days. And within that 30 days, every second matters. I want to lose weight within 30 days. You don't wait till the 30th day to measure the goal and to see if you have achieved those goals. That will be wrong, and you may be far behind time. So every second of your life matters as we are planning to set up SMART goals. And it is time that is going to help us. Allocating your time properly is what is going to help you to know that what I am doing is specific, what I'm doing is measurable, what I'm doing is relevant. So time play a very big role in setting SMART goals. We want to do things based on specific timing. That is why we set SMART goals. The next thing we want to look at is when setting goals is the fact that you need an accountability partner. You need someone who will hold you accountable to the goal that you have set. Without somebody holding you accountable, distractions can come in and you may give up on your goal. But when you have somebody, the person will encourage you. The person will hold you responsible when you feel you can rise again. If you have an accountability team. So an accountability team is very, very important to achieving our goals. Parents hold their children accountable to either doing well in their school or making sure that they don't roll with the wrong friends, or they don't have their time being wasted on TV or other things that does not matter to the bigger picture of their lives. And when we grow, we don't outgrow community. We don't outgrow people in our lives that can help us. Character is developed by the people that are in our lives. So it's very, very important that as we are setting SMART goals, we have community. We have accountability partners. We have people that will say, good job. We have people who will say, you can do better. We have people who will say, oh, you can change this. So accountability partners are very, very important in setting SMART goals. Husbands can hold their wives responsible, and the wives can also hold their husband responsible. Maybe you want to find connection with your husband. You can have other couples that can be your accountability partner. That when you are doing things, you tell them that this is what I'm doing. They know your goals. And when you are falling behind, they help you to do better. They give you ideas that are relevant to the bigger picture of your life. So it's very, very important that we have accountability partners when we are setting SMART goals. That is the reason why in this class I'm going to pair you along the line so that we understand the power of teamwork. When we are two, when one is weak, the other can encourage you to do better. The next thing we want to look at in setting SMART goals is our potential. Why do some people succeed and why do some people fail? Those who succeed come to the awareness that there is something greater within them than their external circumstances. So for you to achieve your goals, you have to get to the point that you will realize your potential. There is greatness in you. For me, how do I know that there is greatness in me? How do I know my potential? I know my potential through the Word of God. He said He created us in His image, and the Bible makes us aware that we were created for good works. For this reason, when I am setting our goals, I use the Bible as a mirror to see my potential. And today, I want you to be aware of your potential. Being aware of your potential helps you to set your goals and have that enthusiasm that it doesn't matter what comes against me, I'll be able to achieve my goals. We all have gifts and talent that God has given us. So in achieving your goals, you have to identify the things that you are good at and you work towards those things every single day, your potential is so enormous that you cannot measure it. But as you keep achieving one thing or the other, you realize that you'll be able to do better. You'll be able to do better. So in even our potential, knowing who we are and our potential comes by achieving little successes in our daily lives. Oh, you didn't know that if you set a goal to save $1,000, you'll be able to save it. Maybe before you used to spend all your money. But right now when you save and you are able to save $1,000, then you are encouraged to save more. That is the reason why you need to be aware of your potential. And as I have said, you get to know your potential when you come to realize your identity. For me, I get my identity from the Word of God, and I will recommend that to you. You need to have mentors. You need to have books that inspire you. You need to have videos that you watch of people that have amazing stories coming from trauma to triumph, coming from a place of being a victim to a victor. You need to get those people speaking into your life for you to be able to set those goals and say, if this brother was able to do it, I will also be able to do it. And when you set out to achieve your goals and you have these role models, they become your cheerleaders. They become people you look up to. They become people that help you to discover your potential. They become the voice in your life that help you to overcome discouragement. One of the things that really become an obstacle in the way of people when they set out to achieve their goal is discouragement. You have the energy, I want to do this, I want to lose weight, and you start and you realize that it's not as easy as you thought. Then if you are not careful, you get discouraged and you give up on your goals. But for you to be able to achieve your goals, you need to fight discouragement. You need to overcome discouragement. You need to stand your ground and say that if this brother that I read about in this book, or when I read my Bible, the Word of God tells me I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You take those words personally, or the words that your teachers speak to you, the words that your mentors speak to you, you take those things personally. So when you take those words personally, when discouragement comes your way, you'll be able to say no. My teacher told me I'm a good student. My mom told me she's cheering for me. My dad supports me. My friends support me. The books that I read tell me that whatever you set your mind to achieve, you will be able to achieve. So it all starts in the mind. You need to have a success mindset. You need to cultivate a mindset of strength and let go of every mindset of discouragement. And you can speak to yourself. You can affirm yourself every morning and say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That will help you to overcome discouragement as you achieve your goals. When you realize that nothing can stop you, if you are determined to achieve your goals, you will be able to go all out for it. And it's all about having the bigger picture in mind. Why do we set goals? It starts with us when we discover who we are. But we have to look at the bigger picture, that when I succeed, the people in my circle of influence also succeed. When I fail, the people in my circle of influence fail. When you become a doctor, you don't just become a doctor for yourself. You become a doctor to the patients that you come into contact with. You become a doctor for your community. It's very important for us to set goals that help us to overcome challenges so that we can become role models to others. And setting goals helps us to be less selfless. It starts with us, but the bigger picture is to realize that God has a purpose when He created us, that we will be people helpers. We help people, we serve people, a life of service to others. When you realize that if you don't get up to do what you do, it's going to affect others negatively, you get up and do what you're supposed to do. So at the end of the day, you are setting goals. You are getting into the gym, exercising, making sure you are in good health, making sure you are working so hard, but it's not all about you. When you fail, you affect others negatively. When you succeed, you help others. We don't set goals just to compete with people. We set goals to collaborate. We set goals to partner with people, to partner with our community. We set goals to be of help to our family and our loved ones. That is the reason why setting goals is very, very important. We want to start with the end in mind, that whatever I am doing it with a bigger picture to help people. At this point, I'm going to give you the time to pair with each other and do your exercise, set goals, encourage each other, help each other, share what you have learned, and I will be ready to take any questions that you have, and then we will continue from there. Thank you. Okay, now that you're still working on your exercise, I will open the floor for questions, and I will keep giving you the time for you to keep working on writing your goals and talking to each other and encouraging each other, and keep the fire going and making sure that at the end of this lesson, whatever we have learned, you're going to use it to achieve your SMART goals, okay? I'll be waiting for your questions. Okay, Jay?
Yes, I have a question. My question is, what are some of the things that can stop me from achieving my goal? There have been times that I know you showed us the SMART system. I think I have used it before, but then I still fail to achieve my goal. So what is the problem? Why is it that I cannot achieve my goal?
Okay, thanks for your question. You are asking about the obstacles that can be on your way, or you've set a number of goals in the past and you've not been able to achieve it. Now you have to go back and look at the people you shared your goals with. If you share your goals with the wrong people, you are going to be discouraged the very minute you tell them about your goals. You have to share your goals with people who will support you. People who will encourage you, even the time that your own passion is dying. They'll say, hey Jay, you shared this with me, that this is what you're going to do, and I'm supporting you, I'm sharing for you. And when you have such people in your life, you will not be able to fail. But if you don't share your goals with the right people, you will not be able to achieve them. So one of the things that I will encourage you to do is that after this class, look for people who will be able to support you when you set your goals. If you need to hire a life coach, hire a life coach. Someone who takes your goals seriously. If you need a trusted friend to help you, get that friend, because you cannot do it by yourself. You need a team. That is why your exercise, I ask you to pair with each other. You have to know the power of teamwork, so that when you are discouraged at the beginning or in the middle of your goal, your friend will say, let's get this going together. So you need an accountability partner. And then one of the things that a lot of people struggle with is that they share their goals with the wrong people. Like the people with the wrong mindset. When you have a spiritual goal, that maybe you want to read your Bible within a year, you share that goal with people who are working on that same spiritual path. If you want to start a business, you share your goals with others who are in that business path. So when you have people with the same mindset, they'll be able to encourage you. But people who have different mindsets and you share your goals with them, they may not intentionally want to discourage you, but they just don't have what it takes for you to achieve your goal. So what I will encourage you to do next time you set your goal is that look for people of the same mindset.
Thank you very much for your answer. I really appreciate it.
I'm glad to be of help. Thank you. I hope you are done with your assignment. So now that you've finished working as a team, we want to recap what we learned today. Today we learned about setting SMART goals. We talk about S being specific, you have to have a definite goal. And then we talk about your goals being measurable. You just don't say, I want to lose weight. You say, I want to lose 10 pounds. That is a measurable goal. And then we talk about your goal being attainable or actionable. You need to take actions to achieve those goals that you have set. And taking action, you need to be hardworking. So the next thing we look at is the fact that your goal has to be relevant. Whatever you do, always start with the end in mind. You need to have a bigger picture in mind when you are doing even the little things. When you have that bigger picture in mind, everything you do, you ask yourself, is this relevant to the overall goal that I am setting? The next thing we look at is that setting goals, they are time bound. The most important thing we know is time. So when we set goals, it has to be time bound. Within 30 days, within a week, and every second within those 30 days matters. So we have to be productive with our time. The next thing we look at is our potential. We said that we have enormous potential. And sometimes we don't know our potential very well until we start doing the little things that we are good at. When you made a B, you have the potential to make an A. And so we keep building on our potential until we come to that place. And we said, well, we will not be able to move in our full potential until we realize our identity. What is identity? Identity is how you see yourself. How do you view yourself? Do you see yourself to be someone successful? Or do you see someone to be less successful? You have to cultivate a good identity of yourself. Let go of the old identity or the identity that you have that makes you to feel you can't do the things you have set out to do. And look at what God says about you. He says what? You are His beloved child. So when we get our identity right, we will be able to achieve our goals. And the next thing we talk about is accountability partners. We need a community. We need a group of people that will help us. People that have our best interests at heart. We desperately need those people to encourage us when discouragement hits us. We need those people to help us to put in the new habits that we have learned. And when we have those accountability partners, nothing shall be impossible. We will be able to achieve all our goals. It has been a pleasure, a privilege, and an honor teaching this class today. See you later. Bye.